Yo, what's up everybody? This is John coming at you from Carwheeler Motors, and before we get into this next video, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported this channel, who have supported me, people of Hawaii, people of Europe, people in the continental United States. It's been a great honor to help you guys, maybe troubleshoot the electric bikes, especially the electric motion, and just, talk story about what's new and out there and what these bikes are capable of. So once again, please, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'll continue to help out wherever I can. Now, today we have a cool video. Now we're going from the electric motion full-size trials bikes, and we're going to the little kiddie bikes. So check it out. It's something new. That's actually, sorry, not new. It's been around, but they've revamped it and made it better than ever. This is the 2021 TORROT MX2 video. Check it out. Mahalo. Alright guys, so this is what we're talking about right here. We have our TORROT 2021 MX2 model bike. Now this is the largest bike that they produce in their lineup. They do have a MX1, and also if you look on their website, they also have a trials version for the 1 and the 2, and they also have a supermoto version, which is basically this MX2 with supermoto wheels. And starting from the front, moving to the back, you know, these things, they actually have new plastics. Previously they were white. They're like this nice cyan blue right now, and I'm loving the color. It's so clean, and the thing I like about this bike primarily is that it looks like a gas bike. Like, we all like that classic style. Has a bracket here for the plastic that holds it out there. I mean, this bike looks legit, and that's the one thing. And looks is not only what it has. I mean, this bike is legit. You know, starting from the top down, we have our regular throttle here. We have a start and stop button, as well as a key. Now the key isn't in, but we turn the key on, and that controls the bike's power. The button here, we have a display. Look, we still even got the plastic on. This bike is fresh. Battery display, and also kill switch is very important, especially because if the bike goes down and the throttle, let's say, is engaged, the bike is not going to die. It's not a gas bike. You won't be able to kill the engine. So you put this on your kid's wrist, and when they go down, this comes off. That automatically kills the bike. You get it back up, you put it on, and you're good to go, right? Not to mention, the TORROT bikes, even the MX1 and 2, come with full hydraulic brakes. So you have a hydraulic, this is the front brake, and you have a hydraulic back brake, and also easy adjustments for the hand size for your child. If they have a smaller hand, it's very easy to adjust the lever to get a better feel for them. Now what these control is not no bicycle pad brakes or whatever. These control like regular disc brakes, hydraulic disc brakes for the front and back. Now this front wheel is I believe this is a 14 in the front, and these guys don't play around. Look, you get Michelin, this is a Starcross mini tires, so you're not getting a cheap Taiwan tire. Well, this is actually Michelin tires that you can go ahead and go race with. You know, these are competition tires for the mini bikes. Not to mention, you also have forks similar to the forks you would find on a TTR 50 or a CRF 50, and like I said, these guys are legit, very easy to maintain, and a very good feel. What you have is a switch in there, and this switch allows you to go from 100% to 50%. So right off the bat, if you want your kid, if your kid is new to riding, you can hit that switch and you'll automatically get 50% of the power to this bike. No joke, you know. and that's great for limiting, you know, the trouble they can get into, especially if they're just starting. But also, if you're starting them on a 0.5%, you actually get a longer battery life. Okay, moving on, this is the motor bay, and in a little bit we'll open this up and take a look at what the motor looks like. But this is a plastic cover to protect your motor, and you know, unlike some other cheapy bikes, you have aluminum skid plate here and your frame. I believe those pegs are a standard size. I'd have to measure them by. I believe this width is standard to some of the smaller bikes. So if you want to upgrade your pegs to a bigger peg, you can. Yeah, you have a chain tensioner here, chain guard, your rear sprocket, and this is a direct drive, so there's no the primary drive is straight from the motor, and that's why you get maximum torque. Looking under this guy, you have mud flap to protect the suspension, but right under that you have a D&M shock, which is fully adjustable as well. I believe the recommended weight for this bike is about 100 pounds, and unfortunately we're doubling that, I hate to say. Like I said, 14 in the front, 12 in the back, and this is also a Starcross Mini Michelin tire. I mean, look at this, guys. Jeez, talk about good quality. This is awesome. You have the battery pack, and this is the heart of the whole system. Now, a lot of people ask, like, you know, how long does it take to charge, blah 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 blah. Yes, it's very hard to tell you exactly how long a battery is going to last. It really depends on weight, condition, the way you ride, basically those three things. But what TORROT says is their battery pack, it's an 8 amp hour lithium pack, and it's actually 50 volt or 48 volts. And this pack, you remove this strap and you can literally slide the battery pack out very easily. Now it has these connectors back here, and that's how you would charge the bike. You would want to pull out the pack and put it on the charger. This charger is a 3 amp charger, so it's actually very easy to charge from a regular 12 volt inverter. Say for your car, you can plug it into inverter and it will charge your battery, you know, in between breaks. If you're out at the track, you may have 50%. You just put it on the charger when you're taking a little snack break, and you can get right back up to 80%, 100%, depending on how long, and go ride again. It's very easy. The battery is fairly light. I'll do a weight comparison on it later, but that's how easy it is. You slide it in, you give it a good push in there, and you hook this strap up here, and that secures it. Not if, but when your kid has a little too much fun and they end up landing on the back, you have a substantial frame to stop that from getting damaged. So the bike is built to be sturdy, and that's what we really like about this bike. It's not, you know, you get what you pay for. They didn't cut any corners, but you get something that is very, very reliable. Yep. Moving over to the other side, of course, like I mentioned, that rear brake hydraulic in the back for your disc brake, and you have the swing arm, and you have the kickstand. Now all these things combined make you wonder, you know, how much the bike is, and in most times this bike is a little bit more expensive than a gas bike. However, like all you guys who have dipped your fingers into the electric world know, what you pay a little bit more for in cost, you make up real quickly in maintenance. Now, like I've said it before, and I'll say it again, for every electrical bike, the one thing that I spend the most money on is chain lube, and that's it. If you want to count the soap I use to wash the bike, you can count that too, but chain lube is my #1 consumable. I don't have to change air filters, I don't have to change spark plugs, I don't have to change gear lube, yeah. And if I have a bigger bike, of course, the radiator and whatnot, none of that stuff come into play. So the maintenance on this bike is virtually zero. Keep it clean, keep it lubed up, make sure it's charged, and you're ready to have fun. All right, now we're going to talk about a little bit about the features of this bike, and not the physical features, but we're going to talk about the electrical features. Now what this bike offers as well is a app that you can get from the App Store, Google App Store, or the Apple App Store, and it lets you, the parents, control the bike's power right on the app, and you can stop the bike dead in its tracks if you want, and you can adjust the speed, the regen braking, you can adjust the throttle response, and you can adjust the overall torque. So all those things combined, you can take a rider that has no experience riding a bike and turn them into someone who can rip this around the track at full capacity, all in the same bike. Allow you to do that safely, and make it a lot more enjoyable. And the kid is not fighting the bike, they're just out there having fun at their level, and when they're ready to step up, the bike can progress with their skill level to have the maximum fun and the full potential of this bike.